Hello, everyone. The purpose of this video is to go over the final exam and how to prepare for it. So, as you know, the final exam is conducted on Saturday, and the link will open at 9 a.m. It will close at 4 p.m. on the same day. You do have 2 hours within the 7-hour window to open the midterm and complete it. There are 45 questions on the midterm, and the questions are similar to what we've seen on midterm number 1 and 2. Most of them are multiple choice questions. Now, since we are covering chapters 1 through 9, there will be equal number of questions from each chapter. So we will have 5 questions pretty much per chapter, okay? And the other focus is how to prepare for the midterm. All right, to prepare for the midterm, first I want you to go to Canvas, and I go to modules and read, scroll down until you see final exam reminder, and read the reminder. So let's go there together. I'm going to share my screen now. Let's share screen. There you go. Come on now, screen. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm going to go to Canvas and share. And I am going to open the Canvas for Financial Accounting 1. And now we'll go to modules. Now, this review obviously is prepared for winter, but the procedure to prepare, the procedure to prepare for the final exam will be exactly the same, whether it is whether you are watching this video for the fall quarter or winter quarter or spring quarter. The only difference is really the date. The date of the exam is different. The time's the same. It's still 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's still a Saturday, but one depends upon when you're watching this, which quarter you're in. The date will change. Okay, but everything else will stay the same. So don't let the date confuse you. All right, thank you. So now let's go to, I'm going to scroll down and go to final exam review. So here we go. I am opening final exam reminder. And again, it just says that it will be conducted on Saturday, chapters 1 through 9. So, and 45 questions, as I mentioned earlier. Now, the first thing I want you to do in order to prepare for the final exam is to open up the final exam review, which is a live link. So I'm going to click on that. And then it says click here to download the review. I'm going to click on it. And there. So obviously you will see that I have more than 45 questions on this review. Why do I have, I think I have about 90 questions, if my memory serves me correctly. There you go, I have 90 questions. Why do I have more questions than what will be on the final? Because I believe in practice makes perfect. So the more practice you get, the better prepared you are, and the greater the chance of success on the final. So what I want you to do is, number one, I want you to download the midterm review. Do not look at the answer key. Just download the review. I said midterm review, sorry, final exam review. Download the final exam review, answer every single question, then take a look at my answer key. So let's go back now and take a look at the answer key. And here's the answer key. Again, here you have an option of a down arrow key. As I have mentioned this before to you, always click on down arrow key. So I'm going to click on it, because then you can actually download the entire document in a full screen, as opposed to body of another screen. So here we go. I'm going to click on this, and you will see the answer key for all the questions. I highlighted them and I put them in bold for you with step-by-step explanation. So why did I say do not look at the answer key? First, answer the questions and then look at the answer key, because once you answer the questions, then you look at the answer key. If the answer is wrong, your answer is wrong, then you will see, why is it that I didn't answer that question correctly? Perhaps I need to go back and go over the concepts in that particular chapter. So that's the whole purpose of review. Otherwise, even if you go through the entire 90 questions here, obviously the final exam will be similar, but it will not be identical. If you have had enough practice, chances are, even if the questions are not identical, you will answer them correctly. But if you just go directly to the final exam answers and take a look at them, you really don't know if these materials you did not know. So that's why I'm saying, please do the review for the final first, then look at the answer. All right, so I said, to prepare for the midterm, I want you to go to modules, download the final exam review and its solutions. Then the second step is to go to Pearson. So let's go to Pearson together. I'm going to go back to Canvas. I don't know if, let's just quickly, when I share my screen, there you go. So I hope you saw the solutions. I'm not sure if you were able to see it. So here are the solutions. And of course, the first I opened the review itself, and then I showed you the solutions. There you go. So now we're going to go back to Canvas. I'm going back to Canvas, and I said to go to Pearson. So let's click on My Lab and Mastering and open My Lab and Mastering. My computer's been so slow today. Come on, computer. I think it's my internet. It's still thinking, so please bear with me. I apologize for the delay. There, it's almost there. Okay, perfect. I hope you can see the screen. So let's go to, I mentioned that, and then what I want you to do as a second step in preparing for the final exam is to go to Pearson and then click on chapter. Actually go to multimedia library. So I'm going to click on multimedia library. There you go. And click on flashcards. Then select the chapters in the pull down menu. Let's go with chapter 1 because chapter 1 is also going to be on your final. So let's go with that. And then you go find now. And now scroll down. I mentioned this before during my other reviews that don't click on the first set of flashcards, because those are flashcards for the entire textbook. You just want the flashcards for chapter 1. So that's more focused, more specific. So I'm going to click on that, expand the screen, and then let's say accounting, select accounting and say study now. And then it says, I'm going to click on accounting. It says accounting is the information system that measures business activities, processes the information into reports, and communicates the result to decision makers. The answer is correct, and that is the right answer, but I'm going to say it is not, so you can see what happens if I say the answer is incorrect. So I'm going to click incorrect, and then you will see the next screen, it says you got 0. See? So it says you got 0. Now I can study again, and this time I'm going to say, yep, the answer is correct. Then it gives me 100%. Now I can go to the next question. Okay. So that's basically to give you a feeling for the flashcards I want you to do. Then while you are in Pearson, I want you to do dynamic study modules. Remember, you did DSM, dynamic study modules, as part of your extra credit work, which I allowed in the class. So I'm going to close this screen now, go back to Pearson, and then to do the dynamic study module, you go to assignments and results, you click on results, and then you can start from chapter 1. If you have completed chapter 1 before, you would be able to see the result. If you have not done that, you won't be able to see the results. Okay. Obviously, if I click on results now, it's not going to show anything for me because I didn't do any of the DSMs. So look, for me, it will be nothing. But for you, so I did chapter 6 homework to demonstrate on something for one of the students, but that's why you see the result there. But for you, you will see the results for both homework and DSM. I want you to select DSM only and go over that. So that's step 3. Step 1 was my review. Step 2 is flashcards. Step 3 in preparing for the final exam is the DSM. Step 4 is to go to the end of every chapter. At the end of every chapter, you will see a series of, I think there are 10 multiple choice questions, as well as there is, which is referred to as quick review. Those 10 multiple choice questions are referred to as quick review. And then also check your understanding, which is just one problem out of every chapter. So I like you to do both if you have time. Do the check review and do the what is check your understanding. So do both of them. And that will give you really, the check your understanding will give you a good feeling for the problems that you will see on the final exam. And this is also stated in the final exam reminder. So I'm going to go there. So you don't need to take any notes. These are all, if I scroll down, you will see it all at Let's pull it up. I think I went down too fast. There you go. See, it says check your understanding. That's the one question I was referring to. There's one problem, which really is the gist of the chapter. And if you do that one problem, for which you also have solutions at the end of the textbook, you will get a good feeling for that chapter. Okay, so that's tool number 4 or step number 4 that you're going to take to prepare for the final. And then the last thing I want you to do is go over my the questions I have on my lecture notes. So I'm going to go to modules again and scroll down until you see, there we go, chapters 1 through 9 MS Word. So let's open up chapter 1. First of all, you know, once you open up these lecture notes, they're really a summary of each chapter. So they're brilliant in preparing you for the exam. But at the end of every one of those lecture notes, you will see a series of 10 questions. And there you have it. It's a 10-minute quiz, 10 questions, and then you have the answers as well. Okay. And that is pretty much what you need to do to prepare for the final. Now, if you have time, do demo doc as well. I found demo doc, which is again another problem solving question, which is the feature I like about that is that it has an audio capability for some of us who are audio learners in addition to visual learners. I found that to be very helpful. But then that's the last tool that we will use to prepare for the exam. If you have time, I think it will be worth your while to do that. And now I'm going to show you what the final exam looks like. So let's go back to Canvas. And I'm going to go to assignments and scroll down. And there it says final exam. Chapters 1 through 9, there are 45 questions. It asks you to select the best answer. And what else? It gives you 2 hours, 120 minutes. And I'm going to do a preview to give you just kind of feeling for, see, first of all, notice how, take a look at the right side of the screen, how you will see 45 questions. So this is a question that I call conceptual question. For example, it says an account that is not closed at the end of the period is called. Well, this question is out of chapter 4. So first of all, notice how I have scrambled the questions and also the answers have been scrambled as well for the purpose of test integrity. This is out of chapter 4. And it says which one is not closed. Obviously, we never close our permanent or real accounts. And those are asset accounts. Those are liability accounts. And those are owner's capital. And what else? Yeah, owner's capital pretty much because in corporations, we also have retained earnings and common stock and preferred stock, but that's for financial accounting too. So for financial accounting, one, the accounts that are not closed are all of your asset accounts, all of your liability accounts, and your owner's capital. Okay. On that note, so let's see which answer is the correct answer. Permanent accounts, we never close permanent accounts, okay? Remember, another name for permanent accounts is real accounts. Now, expenses, revenues, and owner's drawing, they're all closed. We call them temporary account or nominal account because we close them at the end of every accounting period. Okay, so that is it. That I call it the conceptual question because there's no problem solving. There's no number attached to this question. Let's see if we can find a number. There you go. So question number 4. It says a company has petty cash fund amount of 200. When replenished, it has petty cash receipt of $32 for gas expenses, $33 for postage expenses, $14 for supplies expenses, and $9 for miscellaneous expenses. Assume the cash balance is not over or short. And the journal entry cash would be, so what you need to do in this example, if we don't have a cash short and over, then you just add all of your expenses together. And then you debit cash and, you debit all different expenses, such as gas expense, postage expense, supplies expense, miscellaneous expense, and then you credit cash, okay? And then the amount would be, once you add 32 and 33 and 14 and 9 together, whatever that is. I don't have a calculator in front of me. So. All right, so that's basically, these are all conceptual questions. So that just gives you, this question is out of chapter 7, I think. All right, so that gives you a flavor of what the final exam questions look like. On that note, I want to thank you for being in my class for the entire quarter. It's been a privilege to have you in my class, and I hope to see you in financial accounting too. Bye, everyone. Thank you again, and best of luck to you on the final exam. You're going to ace it. I know that. All right, bye-bye.